What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, we have a beautiful question on the board that we're going to be solving. And the question says, find the value of x for which 4 to the x is equal to 8x. Well, our first step will be for us to remove this exponent here. And in order to do that, I'm going to be taking the exponent of 1 to the x of both sides. So this is 4 to the x on the left. I'm going to be taking the exponents 1 over x of the left hand side equal to, I'll do the same thing to the right hand side. For the right hand side, I have 8x. I'll take the exponent of the right hand side as well, which is 1 over x. Now notice that from indices, powers multiply. So this x here times 1 over x is equal to 1. So on the left hand side, I have 4 equal to, on the right hand side, I have 8x raised to the 1 over x. Now we know that 4 is the square root of 16. So that means the square root of 16 results to 4. So it is the same thing. Equal to 8x to the 1 all over x. Now the square root of 16 can be written in its exponent form as 16 to the 1 over 2. Equal to, on the right hand side, we have 8x to the 1 over x. Now notice that I can split 16 into 8 times 2 because I have 8 here. So this is 8 times 2, which gives 16, and this is raised to the 1 over 2 equal to 8x to the 1 over x. Now by comparison, you see what I have on the left. I have 8 times 2. And what I have on the right is 8 times x. Then on the exponent, I have 1 over 2. On the exponent on the right, I have 1 over x. So by comparison, you see that x is equal to 2 by comparison. So the value of x is 2. But this is not the only solution. We have other solutions. Now, in order to get that solution, we're going to be saying from the question, we'll be dividing both sides by 4 to the x. So on the left hand side, I have 4 to the x all over. I'll divide by 4 to the x. Remember, we're dividing both sides by 4 to the x equal to, on the right hand side, I have 8x. I'll divide by 4 to the x. Now notice that 4 to the x divided by 4 to the x is 1. So I have 1 here to be equal to. Now on the right hand side, I'm going to be making this a numerator. And for the law of indices, when I have 1 over a to the n, this is same as a to the negative n. That means in order for this a to the n to become a numerator, it affects the sign of the exponent. So the exponent becomes negative. And that is what we're going to do here. So I have 8x. So this is 8x. Now as 4 to the x becomes an exponent, it becomes 4 to the negative x. Let's move on to the next slide. All right. So our next step will be for us to divide both sides by 8. Well, the reason that I do this is just to separate the variables. So let's divide both sides by 8. So I'll divide the left hand side by 8. I'll also divide the right hand side, which is 8x times 4 to the negative x by 8. You notice that 8 can cancel off 8. So that we have 1 over 8 to be equal to x times 4 to the negative x. Well, I'm interested in writing the right-hand side in this format. A times e to the a. That means this exponent must be the same as this number multiplying e. So that is it. So let's write this so that it looks exactly like this. So in order to achieve that, I can write 4 in form of e. How? Because, for example, maybe I want to write 2. 2 is same as a to the ln 2. That means when I want to write 3, it is same as writing e to the ln 3. So in terms of writing 4, 4 is same as e to the ln 4. And that is what we're going to be writing here in place of 4. So we have 1 over 8 rather, equal to, we have x times, instead of writing 4, I'll write 4 in this format, which is e to the ln 4. But note that 4 is raised to the negative x. So I'm going to be raising this to the negative x. And like we all know, powers multiply according to indices. That means I'm going to be using this power, which is ln 4, times negative x. So that I have 1 over 8 on the left to be equal to x times e to the, remember, negative x times ln x gives negative x ln 4. You see that? Very good. Now, like I said, I want to achieve something like this, whereby this value here and the exponents are the same. And for what I have here, they are not yet the same, because I have x here, but I have negative x times ln 4. So in order to make this to be the same as this, it means I'll be multiplying what I have here by negative ln 4. And I'll be doing that to both sides in order to balance both sides of the equation. So I'll multiply the left-hand side by negative ln 4. That is negative ln 4 times 1 all over 8 is equal to, now, negative ln 4 times x gives negative x ln 4. Very good. Now times e to the negative x times ln 4. Good. So now we have achieved this, whereby what we have here and the exponents are the same. Well, this expression is same as writing negative ln 4 times 1 is negative ln 4 all over 8. And this is equal to negative x times ln 4 times e to the negative x times ln 4. Now, since I have this type of expression, our next step will be for us to introduce what we call the Lambert W function. And the Lambert W function says when I have an expression like this, which is a times e to the a, and I take the Lambert W function of this expression, I'll have a as the result. As long as what I have here and what I have here are the same. So I'm just going to be picking one of them as the result. So let's take the Lambert W function of both sides. We're going to be doing that on the next slide. Alright, so I'll take the Lambert W function of the left-hand side. So Lambert W function of negative ln 4 over 8 equal to the Lambert W function of negative x times ln 4 times e to the negative x times ln 4. Now, like I said before, when we take the Lambert W function of an expression like this, we take one of the terms, which is negative x times ln 4. Since what I have here, and what I have here are the same. I'm going to be taking just one of them. So I have negative x times ln 4. That is it. Now on the left hand side, I have the Lambert W function of negative ln 4 all over 8. Now remember, we're looking for x. So what we're going to do here would be for us to divide both sides by ln 4. So I'll divide the left hand side by ln 4. I'll also divide the right hand side by ln 4. Now ln 4 can cancel out from here, can cancel out, leaving behind negative x on the right hand side to be equal to, then on the left hand side, we have the Lambert W function of negative ln 4 over 8 divided by ln 4. But remember, we're looking for x. In order to get x, we have to multiply both sides by negative. So multiplying both sides by negative, we have negative 1 times the left hand side, I have negative w times negative ln 4 all over 8 divided by ln 4 equal to x. It is good I will write the x on the left hand side because it looks good like that. So x is equal to negative w times negative ln 4 over 8 divided by ln 4. Well, the approximate value for this, our answer, is equal to 0.155. Well, this is an approximate value. So we've got the value of x to be 2 and an approximate value of x of 0.155. And those are the values of x for this our question. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.